Hey, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Prescription Electronics OVERDRIVER. So Prescription Electronics is a boutique pedal company from the 90s originally. They were made in Portland, Oregon by Jack, and he was an incredible designer. And if you know any of his designs, you know the Experience pedal. This is kind of the flagship, at least the one that I've always heard about with Prescription Electronics. You see it on Doyle Bramhall's rig. Just so many people have this really cool pedal. Now, I was unfamiliar with a lot of the rest of the lineup, including a Univibe, Yard Box, which is like a tone bender type thing. We've got several different variations on fuzz, but we also have the OVERDRIVER. The OVERDRIVER was always really interesting to me because out of the original fuzz designs and fuzz circuits of the very first pedals, most of them don't fit in with what I play at all until you get to the fuzz face. Now, there is one in those long tone bender type enclosures, and it's the Colorsound OVERDRIVER. That one was always interesting to me because it served more of a purpose of a boost, and then you were able to crank it into this really glorious fuzz, and you had a little more control having bass and treble. Now, you look at the 90s, and we have these boutique pedal companies, Full Tone, we've got Analog Man, we have Prescription Electronics is up there in those original 90s boutique mail-in order pedal companies, and you have his design based on the Colorsound OVERDRIVER, and we've added a master volume to it. It's a really versatile pedal, and all of Jack's designs with Prescription Electronics all have their roots in the 60s fuzz circuits. So I was able to pick this pedal up at one of the most iconic guitar shops in the country, Charley's Guitar Shop. You may recognize the Charley's Guitar Shop logo from the Rene Martinez built lipstick tube pickup Strats that he made for Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is a guitar shop that has so much heritage and history just with Charley there, but also the gear and the guitars and the equipment that comes in and out of there have a story of their own. I highly recommend you checking out Charley's Guitar Shop. Alright, so let's get into the Prescription Electronics OVERDRIVER. So we've got a master volume, a drive, treble, and bass. The treble is very powerful. The bass really does add quite a bit of bass. It doesn't cut nearly as much, but for this circuit, I think it is a perfect amount of control. Now, the drive is really unique. It does very little from the first, 95% of the knob. It does very little. It goes from pretty clean to maybe on the edge of breakup. And that last 5% is where it shoots up into this really glorious kind of folding in on itself fuzz. So what we're gonna do is we'll listen to the clean amp. It's set fairly clean, and then we'll go through the controls on the low gain setting, and then we'll go through the same controls on more of the fuzz setting. So here's my clean tone on the neck pickup, playing my James Tyler Studio Elite into the Prescription Electronics OVERDRIVER, into my PRS 30 head, into the Little John Cabs prototype number 1 loaded with EV12Ls, mic'd with an SE Electronics SE7. Here's the clean tone on the neck pickup. Okay, we're gonna listen to everything at noon, and then I'll adjust the master volume to be kind of unity volume. Okay, so that's with the drive at noon. Let's take it down and make it even cleaner. So it gives a really stiff transient. Let's just listen to the sweep of the treble control. So it's really powerful. And then the bass control. So we get a nice, powerful low end with that. Let's listen to the drive a little bit higher. So from where we were to past noon, we're getting just a little bit of sizzle on top. It's a nice, really low gain sound, and there's enough volume on tap to really hit the front end. So you can really push the front end of your amp into some serious drive tones. Now let's listen to the drive all the way up, and I'll let you hear the sweep where it just jumps up in that last 5%. We'll listen to more of the fuzz tones. So let's listen to the sweep. I have to turn the drive down because there is quite a bit of noise, because there is just an incredible amount of gain there. And this, again, is a very, very vintage circuit that this is based on. And so with that, you're going to get some things like the noise when you have the volume all the way down and the drive all the way up on the pedal. So let's get back to a drive, that kind of fuzz sound, and then we'll listen to the sweep of the EQ there. plenty of classic fuzz sounds there. I really like the dark fuzz that's a little spitty, but it's just really folding in on itself. You can still play fast runs, and because of the way it folds on itself, you almost get like a transient attack where it's just kind of sucking down as far as like where it's clipping. The treble control is super powerful. The bass is nice to have if you want a little more woofy low end, or if you want that to be a little more natural. Again, it doesn't cut a ton of bass. Overall, this pedal is just a really cool, unique, and special pedal. Because there was, you know, however many of them made in the 90s, there's never going to be any more. This is just a really unique opportunity to kind of get a really special pedal like this that I also really connect with personally. And it's kind of opened my eyes to finally having a 60s fuzz circuit that I really resonate with, being the Colorsound OVERDRIVER. I would highly recommend checking out some Prescription Electronics pedals. They're very cool, and they're from that 90s era that I think is just the coolest era of gear, right before it kind of exploded and broke into, you know, all the options that we have today. There's some really cool stuff that kind of feels like it started underground, like the Full Tones, like the Analog Mans, and like Jack from Prescription Electronics. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If this is the kind of content that you enjoy, please ask that you like and subscribe to this new channel. Share it with others who might be into the same stuff. Let me know what original 90s era boutique guitar pedal you would like to see demoed on this channel. What kind of cool Prescription Electronics pedals do you own in your collection? Let me know down in the comments below. Till next time, I've been Colin. Does one thing really well, which is so Prescription Electronics is a, and we'll get to that in 30 head. It's an EL84. Here we go. Okay. Guitar shops in the whole nation on custom-made. Jack was making and in Dallas. Okay. This is the lipstick tube type country guitar. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. We're gonna do this again.